Big up Spurs fans near and far. How are you doing? As for me, it's been pretty boring because our beloved Tottenham Hotspur has not played this weekend due to the FA Cup. And I have to say that Manchester United is fully dusty. That is the dustiest team I've ever seen. They should have lost today. They should have got slapped up by Coventry City or Manchester United. Man United fans, shame on you all. What has your team become? Crikey. But look, tonight's show, I really wanted to do something different tonight because I feel like, big up here today in the building, big up to you. I feel like we're having good conversations in the chat. Some of you are in your underwear bashing away at the keyboard, and it's all well and good. But for me, I want us to have a conversation. Let's have a chat about 3 topics, actually. And then, look, I'm going to post the link in the chat. There's no pressure, but if you feel that you want to join and we can have a little face-to-face conversation for a couple of minutes, I would welcome that because I feel like we are family right now. AFC always in the building. Big up to you. Yeah, for real. Congratulations on Coventry. For me, they won. A lot of people saying that was offside, the VAR. I mean, really? I mean, that looked like a straight bloody line to me. I mean, Man United, and the way Onana was shaking his bum violently at the end, it was disgraceful. Coventry deserved to be playing Man City in that final. How Erik ten Hag can sleep at night or sleep tonight is another thing. But big up to everyone, big up to the silver one. So look, tonight I'm going to be talking about 3 things tonight. I can see the Arsenal fans here shaking their bum real quick, obviously, because you got a decent result against Wolves yesterday. So I briefly want to have a conversation with, has your opinion on who's going to win the league, has it changed? Given what we've seen over the weekend, given the points tally, given has Arsenal given us a resurgence? Have they dusted off the cobwebs or dusted off the disappointment from Bayern Munich earlier in the week? Do we think that Arsenal can kick on and get it over the line? Let's have that conversation. I also want to talk about the top 4 battle, which for me is just as interesting as the league running, to be honest with you. And Aston Villa winning. I mean, at one stage, they were bloody drawing today. And I'm thinking, look at this dusty team. It would have been great if they got the draw. But Villa have got the win. And we know that Spurs' next 3 games is literally Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Very, very interesting. And then the last one, the last topic that I would love us to discuss is a curveball. And the question is, will England produce a world-class manager? And I'll explain where this has come from. So, yeah, look, I have my son. He plays grassroots football. You know, hopefully, you know, he's looking at one of the Premier League teams to kind of get into. And one of the things that I've noticed, especially in the academies at the younger ages, is that we are literally picking players on profile. Are they big? Are they fast? Are they strong? But no one's really looking at the IQ. And I remember seeing that in the Spanish, at least in the Spanish academy system, they go for IQ over profile, over brawn, basically. And when I'm looking around and I'm looking at the top managers in world football, you look at Pep, you look at Arteta, you look at the bloody job that Xabi Alonso's just produced. Are we focused on the wrong thing here? I mean, I know some of you might not be involved in that, but look, it'll be interesting to hear your conversation. Should we be developing the footy IQ more in this country in terms of development? Because I don't know about you, but I really want to win the bloody league. I want to win the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? And so I want to see us do so. And I think there might be some work and some development on our IQ. So those are the 3 questions that we're going to talk about tonight. But I want to kick off this evening. I'm going to try and get the link in the chat in a moment. Big up to everyone that's in the building right now. Silver, the silver ones in the building. Here to there. Yeah, bro, I'm shaking my bum. Oh, whoa. Why can't we win it? The Silver One is saying. Big up to you. Awful game, but we got the job done. AFC always. Big up for your realness. Anthony Clark's in the building. Big fan. Oh, fair play. Thank you, Anthony. But, you know, I'm not going to have anyone speak negative about my club. So get the link in the chat. If anyone wants to join in, I haven't got anything to shake my bum about just yet. Although, I have come out with that prediction that I think we're going to slap up the Three Musketeers, starting with Arsenal next weekend. Albeit, I think, you know, I think I'm going to have to agree with here to there. That was probably one of the dustiest 3 points Arsenal have done in a long time. That last-minute goal was jammy. But also, let's be real. Up until that Trossard goal, Arsenal had done absolutely nada. You've done absolutely nothing. So look, is there anyone here in the building wanting to join? Let's have a conversation. Who's going to win the league? Arsenal fans, do you think you can do it now? Do you think you have enough? Have they proved you? Have they proved you wrong? Are you happy with what you saw yesterday, here to there? You said that you're not too thrilled, but you're happy that your team got the job done. Is that it? Is that the cobwebs from the Champions League gone? Or is there still more to come? So join me. Please join me. I'm looking forward to it. If no one joins me, then I will just be reading out from the conversations from you that you're putting in the chat. Big up. Excellent conversation on managers. Look at Oliver Glasner coming from Germany and how he has Crystal Palace. Mate, here to there, big up to you. I think, and we're going to talk about this later as well, but Crystal Palace slapping up West Ham today 5-2. I'm telling you, he has got that team sourcing, and I do think it's something about IQ. And maybe the academy systems in this country is looking at the wrong thing. We should be looking at the brain, footballing smarts, footballing IQ, rather than brawn, rather than profile. That's what I really want to kind of chat about tonight. No point. Uphill Gardner says there's no points for Spurs in the next 3 games. I don't know about that. Now, I will say this, though. Yesterday, we got the news about Udogie. Udogie is now out for the rest of the season, and bloody hell, what timing. What a time for Udogie to get this bloody injury. And the brother has sends us a picture after he's had an op, or at least he's in hospital. I'm not going to lie to you. I was having a conversation with, on Time Added On yesterday with some really, really cool Spurs fans. And I was saying to them, look, it makes sense. At the moment, Postecoglou, I know you're watching. You have done a great job. Whatever you've done, you've won. You said that the yardstick this season was whether the Spurs fans would be happy. We are happy. Yes, there are some Spurs fans who want everything to be perfect, or they see some faults in the way that you've got the team playing, and maybe you can adopt a plan B and all of this blah, blah, blah. And I agree to a certain extent, but you have overachieved to my perspective. You have pleasantly surprised the fan base. We are happy. Therefore, I think Postecoglou, you have an opportunity to test and learn. I think you have an opportunity to play free at the back. You've got to go Draguzin, Van der Ven, Romero, okay? And then put out, I don't know who can play that left wing back role, but maybe even a Lo Celso out there on the left-hand side, or maybe Pape Sarr, because we know that he can get about, put Bentancur on. Do you know what I mean? We have that too in the midfield. That's the sort of things that I would like to see moving forward. Test and learn. We can do that now. But if we don't do it and we just put Ben Davis up against Saka, are we mad? That can't happen. We saw what happened when Neto came to our gaff and slapped us up. And I know that Saka's been pretty dusty. Even Artillero will agree that Saka's been pretty dusty for the last 15 games. I'm not ready to take that kind of gamble. I will like to, for the purposes of this season, like to see my manager adopt. But I don't think we'll lose all 3 games. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised. Look, For me, I would love to have more of a kind of what would you call it? My heart is saying 3, but my head is really saying we'll probably get 2 wins in that run. But look, I've got my first guest. Raj is in the building, Liverpool fan. Raj, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining in and clicking that link button. Raj, what are you saying? Because right now, Arsenal, whether you like it or not, they look like they've dusted off the kind of disappointment from midweek and they find themselves top of the Prem. The pressure's on you guys. And let's be real, your club is probably the dustier at the 3 at the moment. I'm just saying. But give me your opinion.
We probably are, actually. We've been shit form since the last few weeks. We've probably been the worst because we lost as Palace last week, which was disgusting, by the way. How did we lose as Palace? I do not know. Drew versus United. We haven't been United all season, by the way. All season. I do not know how. That's just straight up embarrassing. I mean, look, I still think City win it. I think it's City's hands. They never boil it from here, really. And look, but Hitcher there is actually speaking while I was going to talk about, are we better without Mohamed Salah? I'm just saying, I don't think we are. But the thing is, I don't think I would sell Salah this summer. I would actually, because under a new manager, don't think Salah would work. I think Salah is a world-class player, but if you're the Saudi money that you're going to get. It's hard to reject. It's actually hard to reject. 100 million for a 32-year-old is hard to reject. Simple as. Yeah. I know Salah has numbers.
So you're saying Salah's gone then? At the end of this season?
Yeah. Okay. I think, especially the new manager, it probably will be Amorim. I do not see him in his system. Salah won't fit as well. So I think Salah will go. But I'll talk about the game today versus Fulham. It was surprising because I thought we were going to lose personally 2-0. I'll be real. I thought we were going to lose. The form we were on before the game, I thought we would lose, but we got the job done. Trent, best right back in the world, coming back and scoring that free kick.
Yeah,
what a free kick.
Yeah, got it as well.
Still defensively, though, we don't look good defensively. That's my only worry here. We just don't look good defensively. We need to fix up badly. I mean badly because Arsenal and City don't concede that many goals. We're the team that concedes goals, and that's my only worry in this tower race. But yeah, Gravenberch, good goal. I'm hoping he gets a confidence into the next few games. And obviously, there you go, Jota. I've been saying about Jota, our best finisher, and showed it again. So yeah, I mean, if Tottenham if he could do us a favor versus Arsenal, Man City, that could help. If he could beat Man City and Arsenal for us, could you please beat Arsenal and Man City? I mean, Arsenal and Man City.
Look, I'm going to answer this now. Big up to Ty. He said Arsenal were tied from the Champions League and the Villa game. I think that is a legit argument. But moving forward, they will probably. I think yes, but to be honest, the way that the performance was, it didn't look like tiredness from my perspective. I would say Arsenal looked more tired yesterday against Wolves. They looked a bit leggy then. I think against Bayern Munich and against Villa, it was more about the pressure. I think the players, you can see it in the way that they play, the way it is in their face. They really want to win. And there's nothing knocking them. But I think instead of just playing football, just play your game and don't allow the pressure to get to you. I know that's easier said than done, but sometimes you just got to play what's in front of you rather than thinking about winning the league. And I think too often the Arsenal players are thinking about winning the league. Oh no, if we don't score, we won't win the league. And it should be no, let's just win this game. I think that's what Arsenal need moving forward. I think for you, Liverpool, though, I had Liverpool to win because I still think there's plenty more twists and turns. Yeah. And I think that Jota coming back right now is probably the biggest blessing that you guys could have got. Had Jota not come back, it would be very, very long. But I've been predicting for a while that I think Liverpool would just pip it for whatever reason. And I actually think that this is the reason why. Although I think Tottenham, prior to your doggy's injury, would have slapped up the Three Musketeers, I kind of agree with one of my learned friends in the chat. I think Spurs could probably get a draw at home against Arsenal. And I think we could probably get a draw at home against City. Not great for us in terms of the Champions League. But without your doggy, going to Anfield,
Yeah, it's a long day. It's a long day.
It's looking a bit techie. And with Jota back, if Jota wasn't there and we were relying on Gakpo and Nunes, mate, I'd have been licking my lips and I would have been down bloody Starbucks getting myself a cup of tea and a little lemon drizzle cake. But without those, with Jota back in the equation and Salah and Diaz, it's looking very, very techie. I think that's the difficult game. Beat Spurs.
I'll be real. I think we will smoke you. I just have a feeling. I think we'll smoke you. Just because of the fact that it's at Anfield, and I think it's like second last Klopp's game at Anfield. It's second last, so I think we'll turn up. It's just gonna be. I don't think Tottenham will be bad. It'll just be us turning up. It won't be up to Tottenham. But I think we'll just turn up.
Look, I kind of semi-agree. I think you guys will turn up. The only thing I will say is that if Postecoglou is able to get a win against Arsenal, our tails will be up. Do you know what I mean? And Tottenham don't care. Like, we've really got nothing to lose. And I will say that the worst teams, the most dangerous teams to play are the teams that have nothing to lose. Spurs have got Europe. We've confirmed Europe. What we're fighting for now is where in Europe are we going to be placed? Are we going to be in France? Do you know what I mean? Or are we going to be bloody somewhere that I can't pronounce? That's basically what we're talking about here. And so
there's no pressure on us. There's no pressure on Liverpool in that game. 100%. There's no pressure on us.
I think there's a lot of pressure on you because you guys want to give Klopp this kind of farewell. That's the issue there. You want to give Klopp a farewell. Arteta's chomping at the bit to win and be a legend at Arsenal, and Pep just wants to keep doing it, especially because they got the disappointment of the Real Madrid game. Just picking up on your doggy's not really that big of a miss. I don't know if he's better than Zinchenko.
Come on,
your doggy's in everyone's team, first 11.
Best left back in the league.
What's that?
The best left back in the league. Your doggy's been the best left back in the league.
He's been the best left back without a doubt. Anyone doing their Prem 11 and it doesn't have your doggy is bloody blind as a bat, in my opinion, mate. That guy is a baller. Bearing in mind, he's only 20 years old. AFC always says he's more disappointed losing to Villa than getting knocked out of the Champions League.
I agree. First season Champions League, innit? Arsenal don't really expect it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that statement. The thing is, though, that was a dusty Bayern Munich team. Yeah. I'm not buying this kind of it's Bayern Munich, so we should have lost. The teams in Europe this year have been fully dusty. The dustiest I've ever seen. And I expected Arsenal to at least get to the semis. The only two teams I thought would stop Arsenal was Real Madrid and bloody City. That is it. Let's be real, bro. Eric Dyer played both of those games. Eric Dyer can't get... I'm more likely to start for Spurs than Eric Dyer. That is the truth.
Dyer pocket Saka.
Bruv, it was outrageous. Do you get what I'm saying? Who is laughing now? Spurs or Dyer? Dyer is in the semi-final of the Champions League. We're saying we wouldn't give this brother a chance at Spurs, but he might even pick up a bloody Champions League medal before Spurs. That, for me, would be the biggest joke I've ever seen in my life. So I hear what you're saying, but I thought, can I ask you a question? From an outsider looking in, well, Arsenal, even though he said that comment about losing to Villa is more disappointing, where would you place Arsenal? More likely to have won the Champions League? I know things have changed now, or the Prem? Because I thought that it would have been easier for them to win the champs over the
Champions League. Premier League, you had Liverpool, Man City. Because at that point of the season, I was thinking Liverpool, Man City have the experience. We still do, but them two, I think, have the advantage of Arsenal at that point.
Yeah.
In the Champions League, I think it's much easier for Arsenal because sides go. In the Premier League, you see people go low blocks, and Arsenal struggle against low blocks. In the Champions League, people open up, and that helps Arsenal massively because I think Arsenal need teams to open up for them to play well. So I think Champions League, because the fact that Premier League is it's much harder because you need Man City to drop points, and let's be real, Man City. Unless the only team that can do this is Tottenham. That's the only team I can really rely on. There's actually no one else I can really. Brighton, no. I can't rely on Brighton, no. Brighton are not that good. Yeah. There's no other teams. So I'll say Champions League. That's easier.
So, Raj, now brilliant. And Raj, just before we go and before I bring in my next guest, I just want to hear from you because you're a Liverpool fan. Liverpool, what are you saying? Can Liverpool bring it over the line? Are you saying tonight, live and direct, that Liverpool's going to win the league?
No, I don't know. I want to be
What the hell? What do you mean no?
Listen, I'm not. Listen,
I'm predicting Liverpool to win the league, and I got a Liverpool fan not predicting it.
Okay, look, I want to be delusional right now, but I don't see City dropping points, if I'm being honest. City not dropping, unless Tottenham do a favour, and I do not want to see Ben Davies versus Foden. I do not want to see that. And I'm worried. And Man City not dropping any points, and I can't guarantee we'll be Everton away. I'm dreading that Everton away game this week. I'm dreading that one. The low block.
Yeah.
That's why. Listen, I want to speak with Chess right now. We won against Fulham well. I just want to see us more consistently. This could just be Fulham being shit. I don't know. I just want to see us perform. So if we beat West Ham and Fulham, maybe West Ham and Everton, maybe I'll start to say we win the league. But I'm just gonna say no for now. But if C drop points and Tottenham can do me a favor, fair play.
Big up. And before I bring in Gaming for Life for us to have our conversation, just quickly then. So if you don't win the league, are you finishing second?
Yes.
And is that a fair season? Is that a fair farewell for Klopp? Finishing second without the Prem? No.
I want to win the league. We're Liverpool Football Club, man. I'm not having these low expectations where I don't want to be second place 3 times in a row. Like, we're 3 years now. I want to finish. I want to win the league. It's a failure season if we don't win it. Simple as. That's the standards for our club. That's my standards. I don't really, because every season I'm expecting in Champions League or Premier League, one of them at least. That's the standards for Liverpool. I agree. Second's a failure. Even if I said in the chat, second's a failure. It just says I want to win this league title. I want it, but I don't think it's a good farewell. If we win a Carabao Cup only, then it's not a good season.
I think I agree. And big up to you. Look, I've got Liverpool to win the league. Raj, thank you for coming in and sharing your view. Where the Arsenal fans pumping their chest? Where the bloody City fans? Raj, thanks very much. And we'll continue to chat. Good night. Yeah, look, I'm going to bring good friend Gaming for Life in the building. Gaming for Life, how are you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm fine. Not happy with my team, obviously, but you know, it is what it is.
So tell us, Gaming for Life, who is your team?
My team is Chelsea, a disgrace.
Oh my days! Look,
and Deji, you even know who I am because I messaged you on Twitter as well, so you know who I am.
Gaming for Life. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Under normal circumstances, I ain't chatting to no Chelsea fans because your team is dusted into Tutankhamun's coffin. What the hell is going on with Chelsea? You know what? I wasn't even going to chat back Chelsea, but I think you're right. We need to bring it up because you lot need to do something on Tuesday. If you man do not get at least a point against Arsenal, I'm going to say it for you. I think Poch has to leave. It's a disgrace. I mean, you man are dusty. What was that performance on the weekend against Man City? But I think the biggest issue, Gaming for Life, that I've seen is that you spent all of this money, but you didn't spend good money on the strikers.
No.
It's the dumbest thing because you man are making the chances, but you lot ain't finishing off your dinner. I know everyone's hearing it, but it's the truth. Nicholas Jackson is just not the guy. You can pay me to do exactly what Nicholas Jackson is doing, which is missing. I can do that. Give me the ball and I'll kick it off. That's calm. What, for $5,000 a week? I don't mind doing that. I'll just kick it away for $5,000. I can do that all day long. But yeah, look, Gaming for Life, what's going on with your club? Because it's crazy.
Bro, it's the players and it's also the managers. People can blame Poch all they want. But the thing is, it's the players performing out there. They're the ones who are following in his instructions and they're the ones not taking their chances. And we wasted so much. And I'm done with Poch. We lost the City. Our season's done.
Is it his fault, though? Sorry to cut you. If they're creating the chances, it means that whatever he's doing in training is working because they're creating. If you weren't creating the chances, then maybe I would be more worried. But if you're getting the chances, then surely it's really the players that are rubbish, really. Do you know what I mean?
Down.
Yeah. So is that Poch's fault?
Not really. It's the players. That yesterday, like I wouldn't blame Poch about it because the players let him down yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. So how are we going to resolve this issue? Because to be fair, even though I said if you guys don't turn up against Arsenal, Poch out, the reality is, and the murmurings that we're hearing is that Poch is probably still going to be there next season. Let's just be real. So what is it? You're going to throw more money at it? I know we've got the FFP. You're probably going to be liable for FFP with the way you guys have spent recently. How are you going to resolve this situation?
Well, we have to sell at least 5 players by the June 30th, so we don't, to get more money, we have to sell players by the June 30th. That's what I've been hearing, but Poch ain't going to get sacked. Let's be real, he's going to stay. Even if he qualifies for a Europe League, congratulations, we could have finished higher.
Yeah.
For 2 seasons, we've been rubbish. And the only thing owners care about is money. They're making more peas out of this.
Yeah. No,
let's be real. Some players need to go. Gallagher's already leaving.
Is that legit? Because I know Spurs have shown a big interest in Gallagher. I don't know why. I mean, I know he's a workhorse, but
I don't know. Conor Gallagher wants a new contract, and he wants the wages to go up for him. He wants 150k a week.
What's he on now?
I think 50k.
Okay. I mean, he's a madman. I don't know if he's worth 150k. You kind of need to do something. Do you know what I mean?
That's what I said.
Can't just ask for more money. I mean, we would all have more money in our jobs. Do you know what I mean? Without doing much, because I don't think he's done much. He's a regular.
Let's look at Sterling. He's on 350k a week. He's just happy there for the peace.
It is mad though to think
I think Gallagher's gonna go.
Yeah,
Gallagher's gonna go. Lewis Hall, he's gone to Newcastle. That's confirmed. Matson is probably gonna go.
Yeah.
Breuer's gonna go because I don't want to see him back.
I actually like Breuer though. I think he's a good striker. I think he could do a job at Spurs. I'll take him off your hands. Spurs fans, I think he was good. He's just not given time. You know, football's about rhythm. They need time. They need time to shine. And if they don't have the time to shine, then
they're most likely going to need a new goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Because Sanchez stinks. Petrovic, he's been brilliant. I can't complain. Then Chelsea, Newcastle after Ramsdale. I'm like, why are we after Ramsdale? Like, you know what I mean? Because Ramsdale's going to want consistent games, whereas Petrovic will be the second choice goalkeeper.
So who's your number one keeper?
Well, it's Petrovic right now because I think Sanchez is injured or is it? I think he's in the training ground with. Yeah. But I wouldn't play.
But even Sanchez, is he really that good to be your number one?
No, he's not.
Was high at Brighton. He's high. You know what I mean? But he's not.
I don't think he's. I don't think he's our number one. Petrovic, I didn't expect him to be this good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I didn't expect him to be decent because whenever with Petrovic, when he's in goal, the defense looks better. It's not shaky. It's not scary. But when it's with Sanchez, no.
Well, since Peter Cech, I think your goalkeepers have been a disaster, to be honest, because Peter Cech.
Yeah, Peter Cech,
Yeah, but Kepa, all of these guys.
Mendy's not been a bad goalkeeper for us. Mendy's been all right, actually.
Yeah. So why did you guys sell him then?
I don't know.
Bloody hell. Chelsea is a hot mess right now. Chelsea is a hot mess.
We're going to definitely need a new defender, but I don't feel like we should because Thiago Silva apparently could be leaving or could be staying. Poch apparently wants him to stay.
Thiago Silva is 40 years old. I mean, big up to him. Big up to Thiago. I mean,
he's a true legend.
39 can be running around with little 18, 19-year-olds.
And he was good yesterday. He was literally good. Him and Chalobah.
Chalobah, I like the fact that he's had a little bit of running. But gaming with life, just bear with me. I'm just going to quickly answer some comments in the chat and maybe even get your view from an outsider looking in before we conclude on Chelsea and what needs to happen. Because I'm not going to lie, it's very hard for me to talk about Chelsea because they're that dusty.
We're too predictable. We're unpredictable. One game we win, next game we draw, next game we play Gallagher on the left wing.
There is something I've noticed about Chelsea, and I'm going to bring it up for you in just a moment. So let's take this. Let me just answer some questions. So, Hayek says, Deji, which one of the three musketeers is going to survive this war? I'm saying Liverpool for some strange reason. I think Liverpool going to survive, get it over the line. I just think Man City have been dusty, man. I've been saying it. They've not come out of gear one. And I said, a lot of Man City fans were saying, oh, yeah, but don't worry, they're going to come out of gear. And I've been saying for at least the last 6 weeks, when is that gear? We've got 6 bloody games left. They don't look like they're going to do it. I mean, I know they had a good game against Real Madrid, but again, I'll tell you again, I don't rate any teams in
And
Europe.
they have the easiest games in the Premier League out of all the three.
Honestly, but I still think Man City could fluff their lines. I'm not even you opened them up at will yesterday. From when you're letting this dusty Chelsea team open you up, there's a problem. There's a problem.
And we gave them 2 good games.
Yeah,
this season we gave them 2 good games. 4-4 at Stamford Bridge, 1-1, bro.
So I'm not shaking my bum for Man City whatsoever. Here today says Salah hasn't got his form back post his AFCON injury. That's probably a good point, but knowing Salah, you rather have him on the pitch than not. And with his boy Jota back in the building, you know he's going to be doing bits. How it says, my driller, which one of the 3 Musketeers will survive? Okay, for the gold. Okay, so survive. I'm saying Liverpool will win. I'm saying Arsenal will finish 3rd. Arsenal fans won't like me saying that, but I can see some dustiness that's about to transpire with this team.
Because they've got you just before us.
Exactly.
They got 2
big games. The only thing, though, is I don't trust Chelsea. Chelsea, when they play Arsenal, they're like, can I just be real? They're like pussies, man. Like, really, they're just a joke team. You got Nkitty Catty bagging braces against you guys.
Do you know what it is?
What the hell?
Do you know what it is? It's pussy-ass mentality from the manager.
It's rubbish. But then when you guys play Spurs, you man are going to take it like it's your bloody cup final. And why show Arsenal light energy and then you give Tottenham the full-on energy? I'm not getting that from Chelsea. I don't understand that from Chelsea. Surely you should be giving Arsenal more grief than Spurs.
We should be doing a City favour on Tuesday.
Bro, are you man gonna turn? I'm just hoping that Pochettino can do a thing for his beloved Spurs. I actually said at the beginning of the season that Pochettino was going there as an agent, and so far he's delivered from my perspective. But if he's truly Tottenham's implant at Stamford Bridge, Chelsea must beat Arsenal on Tuesday. If Chelsea roll over, pull their pants down, and allow Arsenal to get a wooden spoon and spank their bum, it is the big disgrace, because I've watched Chelsea at home for years or away against Arsenal and they don't turn up. And I need Chelsea to turn up this week. Gaming for life. Are you, man, going to turn up? I mean, you put in a shift against Man City, but the other thing is you put in such a big shift and you're bloody playing on Tuesday. Oh, I don't know. I can't see you beating Arsenal, to be honest, but I'm hoping you guys will do something. Do you think you can get a result against Arsenal?
Who knows? It depends if we even turn up. It depends if we're defensively good, if we're set up good. It depends. If Palmer turns up really good, because he wasn't playing that good yesterday.
Yeah.
But if we get a point, a draw, if we get a win, I'd say, yeah, cool. But I don't know.
Fair.
I could say Cole Palmer can turn up and get a hat-trick.
Mate, I hope.
But I don't see that happening.
I'm really hoping he does, mate. And big up to Here to Dare. You know, one of the things about Here to Dare, big up to him as well. One of the realest Arsenal fans out there. He's confirming. He's saying, look, Wolves had so many injuries. Gary O'Neill stated they only had 10 players who could play the full 90 minutes. So any Arsenal fans using the excuse of fatigue is chatting hella rubbish. Big up to you, Arsenal Manic in the building. Make sure you join me. Big up Pinto. Big up to all you people. Chelsea going to do Arsenal. Max, I hope so. I really hope so. But we know that Chelsea just have this love affair with Arsenal where they roll over like little baby's bottom and they allow themselves to get spanked. Spank me.
Listen,
me.
we're gonna win. We're gonna score 1 goal and then we're gonna hold back, and Arsenal gonna score an equalizer. That's how it is,
bro. If you can stop Arsenal from winning, that is a result for me.
It depends who starts on Tuesday. It depends, because Gusto's injured, so we're fucked on the right hand side.
So who will play on the right then? If
most likely Disasi or Chalobah.
Crikey.
It depends if Gusto is fit. We don't know, because he went off. He was down.
Yeah, this is long. This is a madness.
And he can't rush Reece James. He just got into training. We cannot rush him.
Yeah, he can't. And Reece James, no, I think Reece James shouldn't even bother coming back this season. He's got
No, and he could be getting sold in the summer. So,
well, Max is saying that Spurs and Man U are going to do Arsenal. I think, for me, I think Tottenham slap up the Three Musketeers.
Man U won't slap up Arsenal because they got embarrassed by Coventry, and Coventry should have won this game.
Man U are dusty. I think everyone's relying on Spurs. The only thing I will say is I just don't know if Spurs will beat Liverpool away. I think we can get a result against Man City.
It's going to be a tough game, but
I think we can get a result against Arsenal. I really do, because it's a North London derby and we're going to be highly charged. And I think we want Arsenal, to be honest. I think
North side is going to cook us if he beats both of us. Oh no, I can't be asked with North side.
North side, North side, mate. The cooking.
I've been on the stream on the Man City. This guy, oh my god.
Yeah, North side is a madman. In fact, I'm joining him in the next half hour as well tonight, and he's going to give me full on chops. Anthony Clark says that the players getting tired is because Arteta ain't rotating. He said he doesn't trust Reece. I don't know how they can't trust Reece Nelson. He's a good player. Fabio Vieira, Thomas Partey, Eddie Nketiah, Smith Rowe. I mean, it's madness. What is the point in having a squad if you ain't going to trust your players? That don't make no sense.
That's the manager.
It's crazy. Steele is saying that Spurs need 69 points. Man U, Chelsea, Newcastle, max is 68. Yes, if we can get 69 points, we've only got 6 games. So basically, we need to win 3.
We have 1 game in hand.
So basically, Steele is saying that Spurs can afford to lose to bloody... basically, we can afford to lose to the Three Musketeers, Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City. I don't see Spurs losing to all 3 of them. Hell no. This is madness. Arsenal Man, yes, this show is recorded. So yeah, if you need to go and come back, please do so. Definitely. Your dog is a prime mark, Fabian Delph. Fabian Delph was a baller artillery. I don't know what you're chatting about. Look, I want to ask you now, Chelsea fan looking in, who's going to win the league from your perspective? And then who do you think is going to get the top 4?
So for some reason, I could see Man City winning it. As much as I know we had Liverpool, but they can't, because I see them dropping points to Everton. So I'd say Man City winning the league.
Yeah.
Liverpool 2nd. Arsenal 3rd. Top 4 is going to be tough. I'd say Tottenham. But even though Aston Villa are doing bits, it could change. But yeah, that's how I see it.
You know what? People thinking that the league is written off. I just don't know how.
It's unpredictable.
It's so unpredictable. It's the best Premier League season we've had so far in terms of unpredictability. Manchester City is not sourcing, peeps.
No.
They're not. To think that Man City are going to go on and win, I don't think City will. I really don't. I think it's lined up for Liverpool. Klopp, his final season, bells out in a blaze of glory, and then they bring in this, like a De Zerbi or something in the summer. Pep, I just think that's the easy thing to say. Arsenal might even do it. Bloody hell, if Arsenal do it, mate, I am never streaming again. Clip that. Do you know what I mean?
I don't think they will. They bottled it for 2 seasons almost.
I just can't. If Arsenal win it, mate.
Listen, as a Chelsea
if Arsenal win the league, Tottenham's got to get Champions League for it to almost be on par of achievements. And
but I don't think they will.
Top 4 is not winning a Prem. It's not winning a trophy. But Arsenal, they've pushed on to get, a big thing over the line. For me, Champions League football, we need to get it over the line, especially with the way that Villa is playing. Right now, Villa are odds-on favourite to get it. But I think there is a flop in Villa there somewhere. And we're just waiting for it to happen. Tottenham just need to win their games. If Tottenham win all of their games, we get 4th. In fact, it's in Spurs' hands. We don't need no favours from Villa. We don't need favours. Tottenham just needs to win all their games. It don't look easy on paper. But it don't need to look easy on paper, mate. Playing Man City and playing Sheffield United right now is pretty much of a muchness, in my opinion. Because they're...
I I would rather have Tottenham winning the Premier League than Arsenal because it would shut up the Arsenal fans about it. That would be hilarious.
Mate, I think Tottenham will win the league before Arsenal. I bloody hope so. Bloody hell.
You will get the Champions League before they do. But for now, Arsenal ain't getting it. All this hype about Bayern Munich, I'm like, do you know who their manager is? He has experience. Frank Lampard said that Chelsea could not win any major honour. Tuchel comes in, boom, Champions League like that.
Mate, I hear you. I hear you. Arsenal managers trolling, man. Big up. Now, look, we can't allow Arsenal to do this, but if they do it, it will be a disgrace to us all. He says Artillero reckons that maybe Arteta might win the same amount of trophies as Klopp. But I would say to you, Artillero, it has not just in number, the weight. Because if you win 3 Carabaos and an FA Cup, that's not the same level, mate. You know what I mean?
No.
You're going to need to win a Champions League. You're going to need to win a Prem for it to make sense. But
and a treble as well.
Yeah, but you can't just win 4 trophies and think you've equaled it with Pep. That won't be good enough. That's respectable, Raj. Raj is gone now. No one gives a shit about Artillero. Oh, okay. Big up. 1 second. So, Arsenal all the way, Deji. Come on, you know full well. I'm not sure about that, mate. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that Arsenal's going to win it. I'm not convinced. I can see Arsenal fans shaking their bum because they got a result against a Wolves team that was depleted. That shouldn't give you the faith that you need. Then
They were struggling against them.
Do you think Petrovic is better than Vicario?
It's too early to say.
But so far, from what you've seen from the two goalkeepers, who would you have?
Petrovic has put in a shift, so I'd say he's been one of our best keepers. He saved us a lot of times.
Okay, fair. All right, look. Pinto, I take your point. He said nobody cares about Chelsea. Chelsea have been suffering. So I am going to ask Pinto some questions. Let me just look at here to there. Anyone else want to join in? Feel free to join in. It says here, I have to agree. Arteta is capable of unspeakable foolish. He's gone back to the dusty adverse midfield. Second striker, give it. Yes, I agree. He's a madman. He is a madman. And you can see that Arteta's ego is the reason why he gets shot in the foot. Starting with that Zinchenko brother and that Villa game was the funniest thing I've ever seen. I'm a bloody amateur, and I could see that was a dumb move by this gaffer. Then here today says Chelsea are particularly Jekyll and Hyde on the road. I think we beat them at the Emirates. Yeah,
I don't know about that.
I'm thinking the Poch factor. I talked about Unai Emery being motivated to go and do an upset against Arsenal with the way he was treated by that club. I think Pochettino wants to do his old club a favor. Pochettino still loves Spurs. He loves Spurs. I know you might not want to admit it, but he has. Every time they ask him about Spurs, he's so complimentary. But even when you beat us 4-1,
your owner's a disgrace. He wanted to come back to Spurs and he didn't accept him. So your owner's a disgrace. He wanted to return back.
He did. I think Poch still comes back to Spurs, though. I really do. I think he still comes back to Spurs one day. Definitely. Maybe not now. Maybe now wasn't the time. But let's see. Let's see what happens. Artillero, Deji, you're not getting fourth. Wake up, mate. If we win our 6 games, bro, we are getting fourth. And don't get carried away with Villa. Villa don't have the pedigree. They don't have the nous. They don't have the kahunas to get it over the line. So it might look like they're there, but don't get it twisted. Even if Spurs don't get Champions League football this season, I'll be disappointed. But the season's still a good season, mate. So there's nothing for you to be shaking your bum violently about. For my club is doing all right. You lot don't win the league, Arsenal. That is a failure. Finishing second would be a disgrace. 2 seasons in a row, you guys would be terrible. And he's got Artillero is saying Chelsea fans shaking his bum for Tottenham. Why not? Why not? They want to stop you. They want to stop Arsenal. They would rather stop. I'm glad to see that Chelsea fans are wanting to see the demise of Arsenal right now.
I'm sorry, but how many times have we stopped Tottenham from winning the Premier League, the Champions League, from knocking them out of the cup? How many? What? So we can't do that for Arsenal?
Come on, man. It's got to be done.
Come on.
It's got to be done. Big up to
It has
everyone.
to be said. Sorry, Deji, it had to be said.
No, big up to you, mate. Big up to you. But Villa, Steele is a villain. He's a Villa fan. Oh my days. Still, look, you lot are doing well, but you lot were lucky today, mate. Let's not get it twisted. I know you're not shaking your bum just yet for Villa getting that fourth spot, but you got it over the line. Squeaky bum time for Villa, in my opinion. Pinto, have I spoken to Lawless? Is a disgrace. I'll be seeing Lawless, don't you worry, this Tuesday on Wednesday for the London show, because that guy. That's why I bet Lawless 6 matches. I didn't expect West Ham to win a game, because that team is dustier than Chelsea and Manchester United put together. That is truly a dusty team. But look, we've only got 13 minutes and Gaming for Life is with me. Big up to Gaming for Life. Big up to everyone in the chat, joining us, messaging, putting all of this in. I want to take it away from our clubs for a moment. I said at the beginning of the show that will England ever produce a world-class manager? Something that I'm seeing at academy level is that most of these academies, whether it be I think anyway, they are going for profile. They're picking boys, girls who are big, strong, fast. And that's great when you're younger. But as you get more older and you're playing the game, you know that IQ tends to have more of an impact. And what we are seeing on the continent, especially in Spain, I think it was Xavi, I saw a post, Project Footballer, talk about the fact that in Spain, they prioritize IQ over your build. And you've heard people say that if Messi was brought up in this country, Messi is not Messi today. I think Bernardo Silva probably doesn't make it. Griezmann probably doesn't make it. But look at these players. These are legends of the game. Then you look into management. You've got Arteta at Arsenal doing a great job. You've got Pep doing a great job, Man City. You've got, what's his name? Luis Enrique? Is he not manager of PSG? You've got the Barca, the Barca managers. You've got what Xavi Alonso has been able to do, 120-year wait for Leverkusen. He's bloody brought it in and they didn't bloody lose a game. These guys are dominating because tactically, I think it's something to do with their mind, their IQ. Obviously, it's been the way that they're brought up. Just getting your perspective, and everyone in the chat. Unai Emery, yes, big up Unai. Again, another Spanish, the Bournemouth manager, Spanish. Bloody hell, how many Spanish guys taken? It's a bloody Spain takeover. Maybe the Spanish team is not as effective as it used to be. Remember when Spain was winning the Euros and winning the World Cup? What these guys have bloody done is they've taken over the management of football altogether with the big clubs. So are we in England? Are we going to get a world-class manager?
Yeah, I've already got one in mind.
How? And tell me how. If we are, how are we going to do that?
We're gonna have to look into it carefully. Like, get Southgate out and bring us Jose Mourinho, he's gonna win you something because he's a quality manager. People have been asking about him, but then people saying England fans would not be happy about it.
Portuguese. And I'm not saying you can't bring in like a manager from outside of the UK. But I'm wanting to know whether England could produce a homegrown talent who could be, top of the charts, who could do a job for England or even for another international side. I mean, a good friend of mine here, H, is saying, "Bun England, Dej. It's all about Argentina. Argentina are running things as well." But, Here to There says he thinks Eddie Howe and Gary O'Neill have real potential. I think so. I like the way that they play the game. Eddie Howe, what he's done with Newcastle, even moving Joe Linton from striker to midfield, I think is brilliant. Gary O'Neill's got Wolves playing the right football and had Bournemouth playing the right football. But is there an issue with the way that our academies are selecting players? Because I feel like if the players you're trying to develop are not intelligent, they're just holding on to the ball, shooting when they could have made the right pass, or they could have. Do you know what I mean? Like, there needs to be a bit of intellect, a bit of smartness in their gameplay, and that might translate into management. I don't know. I'm just seeing a correlation here, and I just want to get your view, Gaming for Life.
I
and
mean,
everyone.
they just need to pick the people that they're on like form. They need to also not pick players that are like injured. Like, they brought Harry Kane and he was already injured. He was like in the squad, but he didn't play.
Yeah.
So they need to bring in players that are quality, like that can play like good ball. And it's also down on the management and whoever they decide to pick.
Yeah. No, I think that is fair. I think that is
and
fair.
That's like people are saying, are we ever going to win? Are England ever going to win something with Southgate? And my answer was no. Get him out. That Brazil England was an embarrassment.
Yeah, it was. But I'm saying to you, maybe that embarrassment has come because of the fact that maybe from the younger years we're not developing our talent.
Yeah.
But look, Gaming for Life, look, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for joining me tonight. It's been a pleasure. Hopefully we'll do this again and we'll chat again. I'm going to bring in one last person, one last guest, my best friend, Mr. Box Office in the building, tearing up the street. Box Office, I have to say, bro, I watched the stuff that you did on We Are Tottenham TV, mate, tearing it up in the building. But big up to you, enough respect. What are you saying? What are you commenting on tonight?
I was surprised he actually let me on, because I was thinking he's going to shut me off straight away, I thought you were going to shut me off straight away.
Nah.
Because I was like, I'm your nightmare. I'm your nightmare, innit? I'm your nightmare, Deji, bruv. I'm your nightmare, bruv. Because you know that I'm not a Postecoglou fan, innit? You know I'm not a Postecoglou fan. You know the reason why, don't you? You know the reason why, don't you?
But the only thing I would say to you, Alex, though, Mr. Box Office, is even if you're not a fan, you've got to give the gaffer a chance. If you don't give the gaffer a chance, I hear you. All I'm saying is give him an opportunity to do his thing, and if it proves you right, then yeah, I make you right, and then we tell him to get out of our club. But so far, you go on.
Can I just answer the question? Yeah. Why do you think I'm like that, Deji? Why do you think I'm like that? Right, after many years of being a Tottenham fan, why do you think I'm like that? And let me just tell you how long I've been a Tottenham fan for. Since Jerry Francis. Same. So I've seen a lot.
Yeah,
seen an awful lot. Yeah. So why do you think I'm not a fan of Postecoglou at the moment? Which is not really his fault. Let's be honest.
I think you're not a fan because you don't like the owner. You think the owner is not going to back him. He's not going to give him enough. The resources he needs to take Spurs to the promised land.
It's not even just the resources, bro, though. It's not even just resources.
Okay, so what else is
because at the moment, I'm sitting here thinking, because you asked me the question, what was your expectations for this season? I said, well, 8th. So he's achieved something this season. Well, yeah, but at the same time, he had no expectations this season. Yeah. Right? And even he said it. He said, judge me on my second season. So I'm listening to him. I don't ever like the guy again. That's the first thing. Okay. Secondly, right, we already hear the noises already that people are saying Andrew at the moment. Yeah. And the reason why this is happening, because the culture of our club is, the fans now is, they expect us to sack a manager very quickly. Because
why?
Because whenever there's discontent, the owners don't stick with the beliefs from the beginning when they hire a manager and stick with their man. And the example is at the moment is Arsenal. Arsenal stuck with Arteta through thick and thin. When Arsenal fans were saying, you all know this, everyone knows this, when Arsenal had Arteta and Arsenal fans were fed up with Arteta saying, Arteta out, they said no. And they gave him a new contract. Look at Arsenal right now. Have Tottenham ever done that? Yeah.
Okay, we haven't done that, but like I said to you, maybe, and I'm not a fan of Levy, but I'm prepared, like I said to you before, to give him the benefit of the doubt. The Pochettino years, we were trying to build a stadium. We needed to build a stadium because we wanted to be able to compete, pay bigger salaries, be able to do bigger transfers, so on and so forth. Then we also got hit by COVID. This is the third season after COVID. There is no excuse for Daniel Levy not to back Postecoglou this summer. Now, if Daniel Levy doesn't back Postecoglou this summer, I think I will go as far as to say I will no longer be a Spurs fan, because you will be right. We would be wet. I'm not here. I'm not like one of these delusional Spurs fans that come rain, come sunshine. If Daniel Levy is actively taking the piss out of us, that I'm going to be spending my money supporting this club, knowing it's going to go nowhere. No, I ain't doing that. However, though, I need to see. I am prepared to see him because we had all of this crap going on. I am prepared to see what is he going to do. Now, we can't say that he's not supported. He's brought in players, bro. He has.
I'm not talking about the players, though. I'm not talking about the players. I'm not even bothered about the summer. I'm not even bothered about the summer. I'm bothered about whether we're going to stick with the manager when he's going through a bad time. Because I think he needs to be
Are you telling me if Tottenham are third from bottom, you'd want us to stick with Postecoglou?
Yeah. Because I think at the moment, as long as we don't get relegated, right, Tottenham need to stick with a manager. They need to stick with a manager. So because the only way this is going to work is going through the bad times and the good times. Because that's what Tottenham never done. You know what I mean?
So are you
and unfortunately,
saying you like
Deji, yeah, but it's a principle. I'm skeptical because I've seen this all before. And the thing is, unfortunately, Deji, and this I've got to big up Adrian Soka for this because he said this. He asked me this on top of my way. I was angry at this time, but I actually understand why he asked this question. And the reason why now I feel the way I feel, I've been feeling like this for a long time. My breaking point was gone after we brought in Mourinho and we sacked Pochettino, and that was building up. It was building up. That time was built up. It was built up after Martin Yole, Harry Redknapp. And then it was Pochettino. That was the last one. And I'd even like Pochettino from the start. He convinced me. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I knew it was the wrong decision. And if you watch Chris Cowling's show, that was my first interview with Chris Cowling after Liverpool. Yeah. And I said to him straight up, it was the worst decision Tottenham ever made. I was correct. Yeah. And that's when I was done. Yes, I still go to games, but there is something called mental health now these days. I'm not going to go into it. You know what I mean? But that's why I go to games. That's why I've went through everything to get an Arsenal ticket. Get an Arsenal ticket, which I got an Arsenal ticket, by the way, by the skin of my teeth. You know what I mean? Because I love going to games. I love watching my team. Yeah? I might criticize them. I love my team. But my breaking point is gone. It's now time for them to give it to him.
Look, I totally agree. I think there needs to be a bit of faith. I agree. The way that we dealt with Pochettino was disgusting. I felt the fact that he got us to a Champions League final and the fact that he had us finish second, third, you know what I mean, respectable positions in the league, he had enough credit in the bank to at least have been given to the end of that season.
It's like Klopp. It's like Klopp with Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's like Klopp with Liverpool. And it's not even that. Sorry to interrupt you, Deji. I'll let you see because it's your show anyway. I respect you for letting me on. I respect you for letting me on because I thought you were going to cut me off. You know what I mean? So I respect you. But it's just when someone says to me, like someone said to me on one show, said to me, "Why? If you don't believe in the manager, how can the owners believe in the manager?" I was like, "No, it's up to them to make us believe. If you don't believe in the manager, the owners, how can I believe? How can I believe? You hired him. You get paid all that money. You got to show it. And if you show me you believe, if you show me that you're going to ignore the fans when you say Ange out, which I don't mind them saying it because they got to stick with them. They've got to stick with the man, like Arsenal did with Arteta. If you do the same thing, if you stick with the man, why should I not believe in? That shuts me up.
Yeah,
that's what all I'm asking for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the moment, I just need you to believe. You know, because I don't do the hiring fine as a fan. That's why I can't blame people for having to go. I'm not trying to change your mind, Deji. I actually like you, Deji, because I think you've got a good vibe, and you're the sort of guy that I would roll with. You know what I mean? You know, so it's not a case of you're not you know you've loved the way you support it. Stick to what you do. You know what I mean? I'm not here to change your mind. Please do not think that.
No, not at all.
I'm here to just say how it is, and if you like it or if you don't like it, you're just gonna get it. That's it.
Look, we're Spurs fans, and look, ultimately, whatever side of the fence you sit on as a Spurs fan, what we want is a success for our club. I totally agree with you. I hope that you're wrong in the sense that if you're wrong, it's a benefit to our team. If that makes sense. Sorry, I don't know what's happened to my lappy. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so I don't, so basically what I'm saying is I know what you're saying and I agree, but I just want our club to just we want it to do well. We want it to do well and we'll see what happens. But I'm just giving Levy one last chance. If he gets this wrong, then I'm telling you now, I'm done. I'm done. I'm not having it. Do you know what I mean? And I will join your camp, but I will go one step further. I won't be going to games. I won't be spending any more money because we would be wasting our time. And I would rather support Leighton Orient or bloody Barnet for that matter and put my time and resources there than to be supporting a Spurs team that are literally just taking us around the houses and taking the piss out of us. Yeah, I'm not into that type of football. No,
You're right. Oh yeah, you just cut out. You just cut out there.
Yeah, no, my PC is playing up right now. I'm gonna have to do a little restart. But yeah, look, Mr. Box Office, let me give you the last word. Spurs, can we finish fourth this season?
I think we will, but I don't care. I want Europa League. I think, but Tottenham are better off in Europa League, Conference League. They need to start. They need to go into competitions that they can compete. At the moment, we've got no chance of Champions League. At the moment, I think we need to just. Yeah, I think it's going to be put more pressure on us this season.
We might bring in players though in the summer that allows us to.
Well, even Postecoglou says it, and I don't want players that just want to play in Champions League. I don't want them. I want players that want to play for Tottenham Hotspur. That's just my opinion. If a player's coming in to Tottenham just to play in Champions League, bye. I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
I hear that, but that's like saying that for those people who have a nice vehicle, you see this nice thing out there, just this, and she, this nice lady, and she says to you, well, I don't want you to like me because of my car. If your car is there, your car is there. It's going to be part of the attraction. If Tottenham's in the Champions League and players want to come to Tottenham because we're in the Champions League, it's just part of the attraction, surely. It's not my fault I got a nice car. Do you know what I mean? It's not my fault. Because I hear what Postecoglou is saying, but let's be real. I'm not delusional enough to think that the whole world know of Spurs, and even if they do, we're not. What have we done that we're gonna attract a player who just wants to come to Spurs? That don't make no sense. Do you know what I mean? We're not an AC Milan. We're not a Juve. We're not on that pedestal. Then we're not a Bayern Munich. So I think by being in the Champions League, that's how people get to know of us. Prior to us being in the Champions League and getting to the final, nobody knew who we were. We became known because of that little run. So I hear what you're saying. And I think it's noble for us to want players to want to be at Tottenham Hotspur, but the only ones who want to be at Tottenham Hotspur are the bloody players in League Two.
No.
Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want that, mate. I'm not lying to you, mate. I want to attract players from PSG. I want to attract players from Barca, Real Madrid. Come on, let's get these players in. The Prem's the biggest league in the world. Let's get them. Let's get the big players in. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, listen, I can't agree with you because I've got my I just have to stick to what I feel on this one. Unfortunately, I've seen it before, Deji. That's the way I am. Unfortunately, you're not gonna get any more from me like that. Just honesty, and that's it for me. And unfortunately, I think we're gonna be in big trouble next season because I'll tell you now, these players can't even compete with one game a week. I mean, we're not in a big mess like Manchester United at the moment because I'll tell you this for a fact: Ten Hag's a dead man walking after today. I'll tell you that for a fact. But in saying that, they can easily get back to what they were doing last season, though. If they sack him and do what we don't do in this season, you know what I mean? It can easily happen. So, things can change. So. But anyway, I better go because I know you've got somebody at the back and that's it. Yeah, but big up for letting me on. Big up for letting me on.
Big up to you. Look, let's do it again. Let's have a chat, and I'm just gonna wrap up on tonight. Look, big up to everyone. Thank you, Mr. Box Office, Raj, Gaming with Life that joined me on the show tonight. Big up to all of you that were involved. It was just a conversation, talking football. I really didn't know where it was gonna go, but hopefully we can do more, and I can really get to meet all of you. We didn't really get to delve into that topic around England managers and IQ and stuff. So maybe that's something we'll pick up for another day. Big up to Skills in the building. He says, even Tottenham would not have bottled a 3-0 lead to Coventry, mate. That's for sure, mate. We would have slapped Coventry with 6 or 7. Man United is dusty. I don't even chat. Dusty. Chelsea, dusty. But for Spurs, I still think you're hearing it here live and direct. Tottenham can still do something against the Three Musketeers. Might not be pretty. Maybe we don't get the wins. Maybe we don't do the slapping up. But I can see Spurs not dropping points against the Three Musketeers. Does that do anything for our Champions League run? Probably not. It would be a shame. Mr. Box Office is saying that he doesn't think we're ready to play Champions League football. I will say, if not now, when? We got to be ready. Do you know what I'm saying? So on that note, let us see. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Big up to you. Skills, I know you're a running joke. We're not talking about next season, mate. If that's what you're doing, you're already seeing into the future. I think Spurs wins the Prem next season, or at least will be challenging. My gaffer said that, so don't shout me down. My gaffer said Spurs will be in a title race, so expect that. Remember, there's no Jurgen Klopp, so Tottenham might take Liverpool's place moving forward. But thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a good week, and good night.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Done, no,